What is going on, Culture Crew? Thank you for joining me once again. After having a little bit of technical difficulties earlier, I am back, and today we're going to talk about what are the top 3 tiers of cryptocurrencies to be looking into buying right now while the market is down. This is an opportunity that we may never get again, so we want to make sure that the money we do have, we're going to spend it the best way possible. So I'm going to be giving you my top 3 categories, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 projects or coins or tokens, whatever you decide to call them, that I'm going to be investing in today, later on today, as soon as I'm done with this stream. Well, if you guys are new here, my name is Louis. I am the coolest crypto cat on YouTube. And today I'm going to teach you guys how to make some money. So thank you guys for joining me. Let's go ahead and get started. But first, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the crypto world. So let's cover some of the news that's going on. First of all, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but Bill Gates kind of took a jab at Elon Musk. And I will show you exactly what I'm referring to. It looks like Bill Gates is basically telling people that Bitcoin is garbage, that he wouldn't invest in it, and if he had a way to short it, he would. And meanwhile, Bill Gates is also coming out with his own cryptocurrency. How about that? He thinks that Bitcoin is junk, but he thinks that cryptocurrencies that are made by Bill Gates and his foundation are top tier. So let's see what he has to say here. So in an interview with Bloomberg, Gates claimed that he is not bullish on Bitcoin, and he went on to say, I think people who may not have as much money to spare get drawn into these manias. So you guys are just in a mania that's been going on for about 11 years now. And not only that, but it's the fastest appreciating asset ever in history, but it's just a mania. So I'm not bullish on Bitcoin. My general thoughts would be that if you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out. Okay, guys, so be very careful. Make sure you don't diversify your assets into Bitcoin at all, because Bill Gates is telling us that it's just a mania. All right, make sure you get rid of all your Bitcoin today. Make sure you just dump everything. He also said, I don't think moving money into more digital form and getting transaction costs down, that's something that Gates Foundation does in developing countries. So he's thinking of coming out with this cryptocurrency for developing countries. Meanwhile, Bitcoin will address all the problems everywhere. Big companies have problems with inflation and monetary problems. People in other countries are unbanked and underbanked, or whatever the case may be. And this technology is solving all of that. So I'm sorry, Bill, I think you're just a little upset because Microsoft didn't come up with a solution for this first. So let me know what you guys think. Leave it down below in the comments if you think Bill Gates is completely crazy, if he's off his rocker. Why is he taking a jab at Elon? And at the same time, why could he dislike Bitcoin? I mean, that's very strange. Hopefully he comes around. The other thing I want to talk to you about today is that MicroStrategy has actually invested another $1 billion into Bitcoin. Man, I tell you, this guy Michael Saylor, he's got it bad. He's got that Bitcoin bug really, really bad. Well, I'll be honest with you. If I was in the position that Michael Saylor is in, and I was able to raise money at the snap of my fingers, I think I would be doing the same thing. And I want to show you something, because you guys may think that the price of Bitcoin is pretty expensive right now. But CEO Michael Saylor, his business intelligence has brought him 19,452 Bitcoin at an average price of 52,765 per coin. So he just spent a lot of money, guys, and he bought over the 50,000 mark. Right now, I think we're in a 40-something range. 49, 48, floating around there. So you can literally get a better deal than Michael Saylor just did. So he just bought almost 20,000 BTC, which is crazy. And now he holds 90,531 Bitcoin, worth approximately $4.78 billion at the time of this article. Almost certainly bolstering its perception among Wall Street types as a de facto Bitcoin exchange traded fund. Absolutely, I think this is, to be honest with you, I've said this before, and shame on me for not really looking into this a little further. I have no idea what MicroStrategy did before Bitcoin. I know there was something in the technology space, something with computing. I have no clue what they did. But now, when you look at their stock price, which is pretty meteoric, it's got straight up, it's parabolic in nature. It's gone to like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. I think it's even higher than that. But it was only $100 not too long ago. So it has literally gone up faster than Bitcoin. And the reason why is because a lot of companies cannot, and IRAs cannot invest in Bitcoin, but they can invest in MicroStrategy that holds approximately almost $5 billion of Bitcoin right now. So it has literally turned from a company who does something in the technology space to basically being a holding company of Bitcoin. So that's why the stock's been doing so great. And not only that, guys, but Square also just dumped another $170 million last night, right? So there is a lot of demand going on right now. Even though the market is down, a lot of the smart money is doubling down and putting everything they got into Bitcoin. So don't be scared off. Don't go selling your Bitcoins just yet. And you would think with all of this buying pressure from institutional buyers and companies, you would think that the price would be back up, right? Over $58,000, but no, it's still trending down. And we'll go over that towards the end of this video. We're going to cover where I see Bitcoin going in the near future. We'll look at some of the charts and see what we can come up with. But before we do that, I want to show you who is actually holding the Bitcoin. What are the biggest companies out there that are holding Bitcoin? This is something very interesting that I recently found that I want to share with you guys. And this is really interesting. It was pretty funny too at the same time. So let me go ahead and show you what we have here. Let's see. So as you can see here, the number one holder of Bitcoin right now, as far as an institution goes, is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And they have approximately, let me see, how much is it? The holdings, current value, they have about $33 billion in Bitcoin. They own about 3% of all Bitcoin supply in the world. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. They have 648,000 Bitcoins, well, 648,467.71. I'll take that 0.71. I don't know about you guys, but I'll take that. The Chinese government, I was really surprised. They have approximately 9 billion. Block one, they have 7 billion. Wrap BTC. These are a lot of exchanges that I'm mouthing off right here. Then we've got MicroStrategy sitting in 5th place with approximately almost 5 billion, 4.6 billion right now. You've got the US government. You didn't think Uncle Sam was up there, did you? They have approximately 70,000 Bitcoins worth about $3.5 billion, which is not too shabby for old Uncle Sam. Then we've got a lot of others here, as you can see, but I want to come down to a couple of the ones that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Tesla. Obviously, we know Tesla just bought 1.5 billion. Their 1.5 billion is now worth 2.1 billion. Not too bad. They actually made more money on Bitcoin's value, the increase in value, since Tesla has purchased the 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. They've actually made more on the increased value of the Bitcoin than they did all last year. So that's why I bought Tesla at $812 maybe a week ago, because Tesla's going to be doing all right. So as you see here, now you have Mr. Michael Saylor, who personally himself in Bitcoin has $902 million, which is very close to $1 billion just in Bitcoin. He has 17,000 Bitcoin, guys. That's insane. Let's see who else. Some notable people in here that are Square. They have 8,000 Bitcoin for about $408 million. We've got the, let's see, there's a real good one here that I want to share with you. Mass Mutual has almost 5,500 Bitcoin. That's a very conservative insurance company, guys, and this goes to show you. We've got the one here, promise you. Here we go. Very last place, 46th place, we've got Elon Musk, who owns a quarter of a Bitcoin, for about $12,000. So I thought this was pretty funny that they would even put him in here. I thought that was hysterical that they threw him into this countdown, but hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. All right. So how do you know what to buy, guys? I mean, there's a lot of fear in the market right now. So yeah, we're experiencing a little bit of a temporary crash, dip, whatever you may call it, a cool down. The traditional markets, the stock market, everything was down. Today it's recovered, but the crypto market seems to be a little bit of a lagger so far, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we want to talk about, is this just the beginning of a bear market, or is this something that is just going to be temporary in nature? Well, I found something that was really interesting that I think you guys will enjoy. This here is basically telling us what we need to know. Are we in a bear market, or are we just in a dip? So this right here basically is something that you guys all need to pay attention to. And now that I know about it, I'm definitely going to keep it on my radar as well. Just read an article that states that the price of Bitcoin, as you guys can see here, this gray lines that you see here, this chart, that's been the price of Bitcoin. And the orange lines that you see here on this graph, this is the fear and greed index. So the fear and greed index has basically predicted the price of Bitcoin all throughout Bitcoin's, I guess, inception, I guess you would call it, right? So every time you see the greed get very high, Bitcoin's price gets very high. Whenever you see the fear, which is when it goes down, the fear increases, so does the price of a Bitcoin. It goes down as well. And I pulled up a fear, like here, this is a perfect example here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that very well, but it perfectly tracked the movement of Bitcoin with fear and greed. So what I did was I looked up a fear and greed index that we could take a quick look at. So this chart right here, you guys can go to, I'll put this in the chat section so you guys can take a look at that in just 1 second. I'll give you this link. But what you see here, guys, is basically since January of this year, January 26th, all the way to about today, it tells you how greedy or fearful the market has been. So I see here that it's been pretty damn greedy. You know, it's almost at 100%. Very high. As you can see here, it's just 92, 95, 95, 95. And we have two dips. We have this dip right here on January 28th. And I wanted to see what that meant on the actual Bitcoin price. And it actually took a dip, a real big dip during this time. And I'll go and show you on the chart. But what I'm looking at is also that we have this right here where we're at 76, which is actually less, is just about where we were in the beginning of February, the end of January. So I don't believe that the market is going into any type of a bear cycle or anything like that. If we do see this go below this right here, which is 55, then I think we need to be a little bit more cautious. But as long as we're above that lines, I think we're going to be just fine, guys. Right now, I think that the price of the Bitcoin is actually going to stabilize for the most part. We're going to go look at the chart in just a second. But this is something that you guys need to pay attention to. And you got to remember, when you're buying stuff in this type of a market, don't just go crazy and pay whatever is out there, because there are some projects, there are some cryptos that I really want to get myself into right now, but I know that the market could come back down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take a small little nibble today, just a little taste, just so it could satisfy my need to have a little piece of that project. But I'm going to be putting in limit orders for bigger amounts for price ranges that I want to be into those projects for, those coins for. So that's something that you guys need to do as well. Make sure that the exchanges you're using allow you to buy limit orders. So for example, if Bitcoin's trading at $48,000 and you want to buy a little bit more at $46,000, or you think has a good chance of getting to $42,000, then you can make a purchase at 46. Maybe you buy $1,000 worth, and then a purchase at 42, you make $5,000 worth, because if it gets to that point, you know you'll buy it because it'll be a great deal, right? So do that and program it, because what I'm going to tell you is that if you don't do that and you leave it up to yourself, first of all, you may lose the opportunity because maybe you're not paying attention to the price, and then it spikes down, it spikes right, dips down, it spikes right back up, and you never got a chance to buy it. That's number one. Number two, when you see something falling, you might think to yourself, well, it's going to keep falling and maybe I should just wait a little bit longer. But what happens is that we scare ourselves into buying it at those lower prices. So you might as well just set it and forget it, go on with your life, and then you'll be much happier. I promise you that. And the other thing too is you don't want to just buy junk. I mentioned this yesterday on yesterday's feed. Make sure that you look at the fundamentals. CoinMarketCap has the ability for you to really look into the project. It gives you analysis. It gives you whether they think it's a bearish or it's a bullish type of a project. So look into the coins, guys. Also take a look at how many people are saving it as far as on their watch list. Take a look at what their ranking is. Like, all of this stuff really does matter, because the more attention a project has, the better chance it has to continue growing. So that's important. So now let me talk to you guys about, sorry about that. Let me see if I can get you guys up in this view right here. Now let me talk to you guys about some of my top tier picks. And these are obvious ones, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with any of these unless you guys want me to a little bit later on in this live stream. So what I want to tell you is that my first project that I completely love is a lesser known project called Bitcoin. No, I'm just joking, guys. Of course, Bitcoin, this is the ultimate one. This is what this is why we swing trade some altcoins from time to time, because we want to make more money and we want to get some Bitcoin. So take advantage of this opportunity right now. Take a little bit of money and buy some more Bitcoin, even though you can probably make 10x, 20x somewhere else. Take advantage and get the Bitcoin right now, guys, at a cheap price. All right. Also, the other one that I am obviously loading up on, and I think is going to be this year's probably best performer in the blue chips, is going to be Ethereum. So I'm loading up on Ethereum as soon as possible as well. And Cardano, for that matter of fact, I've already loaded the boat on Cardano. So I'm just watching that price and I love it. It's a great project. I think this month is going to explode. We still have a few days left in the month. I think we're going to have some really good results. And the next one, guys, is Chainlink. Chainlink, I think, is just starting right now. Its rise, and there's going to be so many. It's going to be so much corporate adoption for this one, guys. It's going to make your head spin. This one is a good one. It's still undervalued in my opinion, and especially right now because it's taken a little bit of a beating this week. So I would definitely load up on Chainlink. Now, let me talk to you about my tier 2 picks, and I'll tell you why I picked some of these. One of my tier 2 picks, and there's a lot of other ones that I have on my watch list, guys, but I'm just going to tell you about some of my favorite ones, some that I have a little bit more conviction on, and I'll tell you what my thought is behind it. So the first one I want to talk to you guys about is Binance. I spoke to you guys in length about Binance. I think that Binance is a great opportunity. You want to start buying into that now, and maybe into the mid 100s as well, because right now I think it's priced at around 200 and change, 220 in that price range. I want to take a little bit of it now because last week it was over 350. I want to take a little now, a little later. You know, I explained to you guys how I'm going to do. And that's an exchange. It's also a blockchain, and it also has a mining pool. So I think it's a very, very good project. So that's one I'm definitely going to be picking up. The next one is Wax, W-A-X, Wax. They're an NFT play, and I really love what they have going on. I like their project right now, and I see that the buzz in the crypto world is NFT. You know, that's basically where all the money is going to be flowing pretty soon. So I'm taking a portion of my reserves, and I'm going to buy some Wax. I'm also looking at Polka Starter. Polka Starter is really cool in my opinion because they're kind of like almost like the incubator, or like the launch pad, or like, you know, it's almost like allowing these smaller projects to have a lot of promise to come in and you know, become something. So I like Polka Starter. I think that's going to be a really good one. Plus that one I think could really do well because it's, I think, like ranked 200 something. It's somewhere in there. It's not ranked very high just yet. So definitely you want to look at Polka Starter and Polkadot too, guys. Polkadot is you know, you can't forget about Polkadot. If you don't have any Polkadot, I don't have any Polkadot yet, even though it's not as high on my conviction scale as Polka Starter. I think that has a lot more momentum in it than Polkadot does at the moment. And then Crypto.com. Crypto.com is been going nuts lately, and I want to get a piece of it, but I also want to buy a little bit more later when it drops in price. It's an exchange, and obviously it's also the brand of Crypto.com. I think is going to be huge in the future, guys. When cryptocurrencies go mainstream, you're going to see names that pop out like Crypto.com. Come on, guys. That in itself is probably worth billions of dollars. So that's going to be an amazing one to hold on to. They've got a token, the CRO, the Crow, and they've been burning the heck out of it, which is making the currency or the token a lot more valuable. I think they burned like over 1 billion tokens. It's crazy, guys. So that one is definitely going to be looking good. Next is FTX, which is also an exchange, one of the largest exchanges in the world. That one I'm bullish on. And the Graph. The Graph is like a search engine for the blockchain. So that one I like. If you guys have never heard of that one, I strongly suggest that you research all the ones that I just mentioned if you want to do your own research on them, because I did, guys. I spent a lot of time looking at these projects, and I like those. Now I'm going to talk to you about some of the higher risk, higher reward ones. These could be the juicy ones that you guys can make a killing on. Maybe this is your Lambo money, so let's talk about these. All right. So high risk, high reward. There's one that I really like called Spartan Protocol, and the reason why I like Spartan Protocol is because they're a DeFi project on the Binance Smart Chain, and I believe they're the first project on there for DeFi. So they've got some really good, they got a really good team. They've got some great fundamentals to the project. So I will be looking forward to picking up a little bit of that. I've also got Bondly that I'm going to be picking up. Bondly I like because it's also NFT play, and that's the one that Logan Paul just teamed up with to create his trading card that he just made $3 million on. I think it was yesterday, by selling fractional shares to all of his viewers, which is completely insane, guys. That is nuts, 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 nuts. And the other one I want to talk to you about is one that I've been mentioning to you guys the last few days. And I finally got my software working here so I can share a little bit more information with you. And this one is called Ecomi. Its ticker symbol is OMI. And this one has got a lot. It's got a lot of good stuff that's coming up. And one of the things I mentioned to you guys is that they're going to be in the Uniswap exchange very soon. BitBoy is coming out tomorrow with a piece on them as well, because he's teaming up with them to create his own NFTs. So that's going to be a really big boost to the brand. And what I want to show you is how cool this stuff is. I mean, obviously you got little unicorns here. I'm not really a unicorn guy, but I want to show you some of the other stuff that they have in here. Like check this out. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, you know, you might like to collect some of this Ghostbuster memorabilia collectibles that they have here, because not only can you store them and you can show them off, but you can also use these if you're going to do like a virtual, if you're going to do like augmented reality. You know, you can make a video and you can actually have this in the room with you, and you could walk around it. It's really, really awesome, guys. So you know, I'm a big nerd, so I like this stuff. You know, I like Ghostbusters. Let's see, we have Batman. Batman looks awesome. I think you guys might like Batman, right? A lot of Batman fans out there. Let me know if you guys like Batman. Let me know who you guys like, and I'll read some of your comments too. Yeah, check out Batman. So you can literally have Batman in a room with you, and you can walk around Batman. You could literally, like, this is so cool. This is amazing. They're gonna have, I mean, this is $70 too, but this is a really, really nice artwork, 3-dimensional, and you can use it for whatever videos you want to shoot. Go ahead and use those. So that was really cool. And they're just getting warmed up, guys, because they've got licensing deals with about 100 different companies, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like that. And they're only trading for about 1/3 of a penny right now, guys. So you can load the boat. You can literally get a few million tokens of Ecomi, and it wouldn't really break the bank. So that sounds pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Well, let me show you guys that. All right, so let's see what else we've got. I want to talk to you guys about the Bitcoin chart and where I feel the Bitcoin price is going to be going. And by the way, guys, if you are interested in that last project I talked about, that one is only available on Bitforex. So you might want to check that website out. It's a little bit difficult to get it because you have to pair up with Tether. But obviously, you guys will figure it out. You're very smart. So let's go ahead and see what you guys have here as questions before I jump into the Bitcoin chart. Milton Santos says, which app is best to start investing? Well, if you want to start investing into crypto, I feel that for newbies, I mean, you really can't beat going into Coinbase. And then once you get yourself a little bit more acquainted to knowing how to buy crypto, then you can get something like KuCoin, you can get something like Binance or Kraken. Those are some of the ones that I use and I've used, and I recommend them. Even though it's good to have several ones, guys, because when the market is crashing or when the market is really hot, it's hard to get into some of these apps because their systems are down. Like I experienced that with Kraken while this whole Wall Street bets thing was going on. I completely was shut out of my Kraken account for like 3 days straight. So you may want to have a couple different ones. I haven't heard anything bad about KuCoin or what anyone getting in, so you may want to check them out. All right, so Chadwick has a question. You know, Chadwick just likes blessing me with super chats. Thank you so much, Chadwick. You're the man, brother. Chadwick Bailey has a channel too, guys, where he talks about cryptocurrencies. You might want to check him out. He's right here in the chat right now. Really cool guy. GME, Laura NYC, you like GME, huh? GameStop. How's that doing today? You got to 40 today. You guys got to $40 today, huh? That's awesome. I'm really happy for you guys. And you said your account is overall, my account is up overall 78%. Let me know if you're still in the chat what else you're invested in besides GME. That's one that I wasn't brave enough to invest in myself, but I know a few people who were in it, and some people made some money and some people didn't make any money. Some people got pretty much hurt on that one. Let's see what we have here. Damn it, I caught you live. Hi, I'm from NYC, man. I have a few questions. Go for it, man. Let's see what you have. I know the move from New Jersey to Naples. Are you from Florida yourself? I'm not from Florida. Although I love Florida, I feel like I was home every time I was here, and that's why I moved here. I'm from Jersey, originally from Guatemala. Then my family came here when I was about 4 years old. We moved to California for a few months, which I wish we would have stayed there. I don't know, maybe 30 years more. But we decided to move to New Jersey to meet up with the rest of my family. And I was never really a big fan of Jersey. I love the Jersey people. great people, but I never liked the cold. So as soon as I could get out of Florida, out of Jersey and into Florida, I did, which was last year. So I've been here since August. I'm loving it. It's awesome. And Chadwick, you're in Cali? That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. Are you a real estate agent by any chance? I think I saw you had like a Remax balloon on your logo the other day on your little thing right here, little circle, whatever that's called. All right, well, let me know what you guys want me to review, but I'm going to jump onto the Bitcoin charts to show you guys where I think Bitcoin is going to be going in the next few days. Let's go ahead and see what is going on. See if I can just make this a little bit bigger for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and check out what we have here. And as you can see, this is the 4 hour. What do we got here? We got the 4 hour. Yeah, this is the 4 hour. And it looks like we have Bitcoin currently right now trading at, we are currently right now at $48,200, which is pretty good because I have a short position right now on a trade. I don't recommend you guys do too much trading unless you get some sophistication in learning these charts and these markets. But what I see here, guys, is that we've completely broken out of this level that I've been watching for a while at $49,000. And as you can see, it's headed down, and we're going to most likely be approaching this level very soon. Let me go ahead and see if I can make it a little bit bigger. We're going to be approaching this level very soon at 47,991. If we do hit this and break through and we close on the 4 hour, or maybe you want to watch it to see if it closes on the daily. If we do close under here, I do foresee that we might actually come all the way down to about, where are we right now? I think we have a lot of support at 40. We have a lot of support at 45,000. I've drawn these support lines here for us to just kind of dive into this chart. So if it does come under here, we may have a little support right here, if possible, maybe at 47. But I don't think this is very strong support at all. We may actually see 45,000, which could be a huge buying opportunity. But if this thing does reverse on us and it does close above 49,000, then I foresee us probably going to, we're probably going to go right back up to $51,000, and then from 51,000. Our next level there would be $52,000, and then from there, we're looking at us getting back into this, which is a channel that we were in for the longest, and we'll be bouncing back and forth in here between 55,000 to about 60. We could hit 60, about 62,000, guys. If we come back up with some momentum, with some real strong buying, we could definitely get back into this rhythm. But these are some key levels to watch. So watch 47,000 and watch 49,000, because right now we're kind of stuck in here. Once we break out of here, then our next key levels are 51,000 or 45,000. So that's pretty much where I see Bitcoin going in the near future. Let me know if you guys have any questions for me. Wow, you guys have a bunch of questions. All right. Hey, Steve, what's up, brother? How are you, man? Thank you for jumping on. New Jersey, great place to live, but I wouldn't want to die there. The funniest thing I've ever heard. By the way, man, your uncle's down here. I'm about to meet up with him tomorrow. Ted's dad's here. I'm about to sell him a condo. That's going to be fun. Chadwick says, oh, yeah. All right, screen's off. My screen was off? You've got GME, you got OXY, IFXY, and Mara. I'm not too familiar with any of these. These are probably some of the over-the-counter stocks. I'm not too sure about that one. Steve says shorts. Oh, you guys had a black screen this whole time? Tell me that. Have you guys really had a black screen this whole time? Let me know in the comments if you guys had a black screen. I apologize if you did. All right, Cleo. Hey, screw you, scam. Stop lying to. Stop telling. I don't know who you are, Cleo, but you gotta go. All right, let's see. Chadwick says the crypto market's about to get super volatile. Yep, absolutely, I agree. It may just trade sideways for a while, but we are going to see a big pop. He says it's going to get super volatile, and that's where we see some big gains. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. And I'm sorry you guys didn't see anything, man. I apologize for that. I'll just go ahead and maybe show you guys real quick. I don't know what happened, but I apologize for that. Let me see if I can just back in here. My apologies, guys. My apologies. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. I gotta work on my live skills. But what I was saying here, guys, is that right now we're stuck between this channel between 47,000 and bigger. I apologize. I'm having issues here. Who's in on me? All right. So right now we're stuck in this channel between 47.9 and 49,000 from support and resistance. If we break down from 47, we can head all the way down to 45. If we hit above 49 and we close there, we're going to probably see this go back up to 52,000. Maybe not right away, but depending on what news we do get, it could go as high as that. So hopefully I recapped that one for you guys. I do apologize for having a black screen. You guys want to move to Florida, specifically Fort Lauderdale? Well, good. Steven is one of my best agents. He lives on the west coast of Florida. So, Steven, why don't you go ahead and leave your email address in the chat. We got someone here who would like to move to Fort Lauderdale. It says, I visited Fort Lauderdale and Miami a few times, and it's very humid and muggy for about 7 months out of the year. It is the same on the west coast of Florida. Yeah, it is. It is. It's pretty much, it's actually hotter in Naples than it is in Miami. This place is a complete sauna in July and August, but I like the heat, so I'm not going to complain. I'd rather have the heat than the snow. All right, I apologize for that, guys. Very, very sorry for that black screen. I gotta figure out what happened with my live screen. Okay. Yeah, we talked about some price action. And Steven just left his information. If anyone is thinking of moving to the east coast of Florida, specifically the south of Florida, he's your guy. He is your guy. Laura, do you want me to check out any of your stocks and see if maybe I can give you guys a quick technical analysis on anything you've got? If you want, I'll check out this IFXY. Damn, you don't. Oh, damn, thank you for the heads up. Sauna, not good. I can't do it. Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely hot down here in the good old city of Naples. It's definitely very hot, but it's very but I'm telling you guys, it's I think it's a small price to pay having it be that hot, because during the winter when everyone's miserable, I mean, we were getting snow in Texas just last week. It was like 75 to 85 degrees here every day, and it's like beautiful. I'm in my shorts and I'm hearing about people having no heat in Texas, and I'm like, oh man, thank God we don't have to deal with that. So if you guys are somewhere cold, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so if you decide, hit up my man Steve. He is a good guy. I'll vouch for him. All right, so let me go ahead and just check out your IFXY and see what is going on with that one and see what it is too. Then I'll let you guys go because I'm sure you have other things to do. Check that out. You know what? Let's check out GameStop. I'm curious to see what's going on with GameStop, and let's see what you guys would say about it. GameStop Corporation. Check this out. So whoa. What is going on? This is on the 4. So let's go to the daily. What did I miss today? Did you guys report earnings or something? What in the world? What happened today? All right, so we started the day off at about $44, and this rallied all the way to $90. Holy moly, what happened? You guys had some downward pressure here, though. Wow, this would have been a great one to swing trade today. That was incredible. They must have made some money today. I'm very proud of you. See what you got to say. Ooh, Laura, you are on fire. Good for you, girl. Chadwick says that Bitcoin. Oh yeah, so IFXY is that like a Bitcoin play? I'll check that one out too. So Chadwick says that Bitcoin could easily pump to 75,000 at this point. Can't stress enough, and could bring the alts much higher. Yeah, I'm waiting for these alts to start kicking in, guys. That's where we could start really seeing some big money. Yeah, good for you, Laura. I'm very happy for you. Violet says, do you think you can live in Lauderdale, Florida? I'm sorry, Lakeland, Florida, on a single income or roughly 40K? Oh, if you can, oh, I'm sorry, live, not live. I apologize. Do you think you can live in Lakeland, Florida on a single income and roughly 40K a year? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Lakeland, Florida, but Florida is one of the cheapest places to live in the country. And Lakeland, Florida, I don't know if that's a beach community. If it's not, you can probably get away with that. If anyone here on the live stream knows anything more about Lakeland, Florida, let us know. But it just depends. What you could do is go on Google and just type in the cost of living in Lakeland, Florida, and I'm sure it'll bring up a lot of good information and compare it to where you're living now. But I mean, I guess you could live anywhere with 40 grand as long as you become very conservative. And also think about other things you can do too. There's a lot of things you can do online and bring in some more money. Okay, what's my take on Celsius Network for earning crypto interest? Celsius is a good one. I know BlockFi has been trying to really kind of take over that space, but there's so many of them, guys. There's a lot of decentralized ones too. If you like, I heard a lot of people like Celsius. You know, I'm not sure what you're trying to stake. Are you staking your ETH? Are you staking your Bitcoin? Because I know that Badger has like the highest APY for Bitcoin, but it's Badger. You know, it's not BlockFi. BlockFi, I think, is giving you like 5% on your Bitcoin. So if you like Celsius, go for it. I'm sure Celsius has some pretty big players backing them up, so I don't think you have any problems there. That's awesome. Laura NYC, what is it? 125. What is that? 125. We'll check out that one just in 1 second to see what you are talking about. All right. Chadwick says everybody sold GameStop and it pumped 100% again. Not surprised. I'm telling you, I don't think the Wall Street Bets crew is going to go down easily. Violet says 30 minutes from Tampa, in between Tampa and Orlando. Yeah, then you should be good because there's a lot of very affordable communities in that area. As far as recommendations, if I was to stake, well, let me know what you want to stake. Do you want to stake your ETH? Do you want to stake your Bitcoin? Do you have something else that you want to stake? Not selling my GME. It's already at 133. I just like this. All right, let's see what we got here. What is this? Yeah, this took a huge pump today too. Let's see what this thing is. Infrax Systems Inc. engages in the provision of interrelated operational management, communications, and energy grid related products and services. Its products portfolio include network transport and management, secure intelligent devices, threat detection, and grid optimization. The company was founded by John Marshall, blah, 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 blah. Okay, not too sure how this is a Bitcoin play, but not sure. What is this? What is Look at their financials. Are they making money? They don't have any money. There's no information on them. Yeah, I'd like to know more about this one. I'm sure it's probably over-the-counter play. But if you can just share it with us in the chat, let us know a bit more about this. But I'm not sure where this is traded at before or if this is an all-time high. It looks like it's an all-time high. Oh, no. They had some pretty wild swings back in 2018. Back in 18, it looks like this one was trading at 9 cents. Currently, right now, it is trading at half a penny. So you got a way to go. You got some room on this one. I'm not sure what they do or what's going on. It looks like it got a really big pump. I wouldn't be going in at these levels. If I was interested in whatever this company is, I'd probably be trying to hold on until we get back to where it was previously trading at, which was 1/10 of a penny. So for this thing to go from 1/10 of a penny to go to as high as it went today, which is 5 cents, that's like a 50x. So if you had $100 in it, you made $5,000 today, which is insane. Crazy. Good for you guys. Good for you if you got in on that. Chadwick says, don't get sucked into the GameStop hype or AMC focus on crypto for now. Yeah, I mean, listen, I not that I have anything bad to say about GameStop. GameStop. I think it's a great brand, a great company. But what's going on is a little bit too dangerous, especially for newer investors to get into. If you know what you're doing, you can make a ton of money swing trading that thing, but be careful with that, guys. Stake Ether and alts like ADA and BAT. Well, yeah, you know what? If you're going to just stake Ether, you might just want to stake Ether with... You might just want to stake your Ether with Ethereum. or you can, you know, go to BlockFi, go to Celsius, go to the ones that you know are the most trusted, because I think this is what and I've been thinking about this recently too, and I'll do a video just dedicated on that. What I think is this: anything in this world is possible. So for a company that doesn't have a lot of backing from big time funds and companies, I would kind of stay away from, because if something happens and the market crashes, or maybe they have some kind of security hack or whatever the case may be, I wouldn't want to risk my crypto to maybe make a little bit more and then risk the chance of losing it all. So I would stick with a Celsius, a BlockFi. I think you can even stake it. I think you can even stake your ETH with Ethereum, and I think you can make a good chunk of change, if I'm not mistaken. I heard something about that. I will get back to you on that. Okay, I'll let you know. Now, personally, I think that staking your Ether is a smart idea if you're not going to be using it for anything else. If you're not using it for trading, I think it's a great idea. And another thing too, it alleviates the headache of you having to find storage for it, because they're going to be storing it for you. So that's a good idea. Laura says, I bought in 2018 and then averaged down. Oh my God, you've been making some money. That's good for you. What do they do? Celsius is great. Yeah, I think so. Laura, you made some money? Tell us in the chat how much money you made today. Exactly how much money. Don't worry, we're not going to find you and take your money. All right. You guys are awesome. I've taken enough of your time. Let me know in the chat down below what you guys would like me to cover next. Thank you, Chadwick, for the generous super chat. Thank you everyone who's made it and stuck with me throughout most of this live today, even through my black screen. So if you guys are in the market, let's recap. If you guys are in the market to buy some more crypto today, you exercise your limit orders, buying chunks, and look for strong fundamentals. Okay, guys? So thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. I love you guys for being here. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.